Namaste, yogis. Welcome back. Happy New Year, happy January, happy winter. Are you ready for some winter yoga? So today we're going to do poses all about animals that like the winter and activities that we can do in the winter. The first thing we're going to do is take our deep breath. So we're going to fill up our belly with breath, and then we're going to melt the snowman. Ready? Let's fill up our belly and melt the snowman. In, out, in, and out. That snowman melts a little fast, huh? Bodies. Our first pose is chipmunk pose. So it's a yogi squat. We're going to start standing up nice and tall, put our feet apart. We're going to bend our knees and come down as low as we can. If you can put your hands together, push your hands together. If you can put your knees, your elbows right onto your knees and push. Maybe you want to pretend to be a chipmunk and you're picking up acorns. Our next pose is the white-tailed deer. For this pose, it's a seated twist. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And if you want just an easy twist, you're just going to turn, put one arm behind, and twist just like that, and then to the other side. That's a nice easy twist. If you want a little bit of a harder twist, you're going to pick up one leg, cross it over, take your opposite elbow, and hook it right into your knee, and then turn back and twist. Let's do it on the other side. Up your leg, take your opposite elbow, hook it onto your knee, twist and turn back. Okay, let's see what the next animal is. The next animal is the black bear. We're going to do downward dog on your hands and on your feet. Maybe you can walk like a bear, forward and backwards. We're walking like a bear. Next we have the red fox. This is called extended cat pose. So we're going to start on our hands and on our knees, and I'm going to put one leg back, and I'm going to take my opposite arm. So look, it's not the same side. I'm not using the same arm. I'm using the opposite arm. It's much easier to balance like this. If you try to lift the same arm and same leg, you might fall over. Okay, so opposite arm and opposite leg. And when you have it, stretch. Use those muscles. Stretch your hand forward. Stretch your toes back. Make your body nice and long. Okay, let's put that down. Now we're going to lift the other leg that you didn't lift yet, and the opposite arm. And stretch. Stretch that arm forward, stretch those toes back. Nice long body. All right, next one is cardinal. And this is called pigeon pose. We're going to start on our hands and our knees, and we're going to slide one leg forward. Your other leg is straight back. And you can stay up nice and tall on your fingers. You're looking up towards the sky. Maybe you're looking up and seeing if you see any birds fly by. Do you see any red cardinals? Or if you want it to be a little bit harder, you can pretend you're flying like a cardinal. Or maybe you can be a sleeping cardinal. All right, we're going to do it on the other side. On your hands and your knees, slide that other leg forward. Your back leg is nice and straight. Up on your fingers, look to the sky, look for any birds flying by, any cardinals. Maybe pretend to be a cardinal flying, or be a sleeping cardinal. All right, next is a lynx. With cat pose. We're on our hands and our knees, and we're gonna arch our back up, make your big back up tall to the sky. Next, we have an owl. We're on our knees. This is hero pose. So you can put your hands right on your legs, or if you want, you can put your hands here, okay? But we're gonna move our head like an owl. Do you know owls can turn their heads all the way around? I can't do that. I don't think you can either. But we can turn our heads left to right. And maybe you say, hoo, hoo. All right, next up we have a rabbit. We're going down into child's pose, so you're still on your knees. You're gonna sit back, put your arms back and your head down, and we're gonna have a nice little rest. All right, moose, that's my favorite animal. That's what I have on my shirt today. For moose pose, we're going to stand up tall. We're doing warrior. So we're gonna step back. Our front leg is bent. We're gonna lift our arms up to the sky and make some big antlers, right? Maybe your antlers are close to your head, or maybe they're really big antlers and your arms are big and up to the sky. Moose are very powerful animals. Show me how powerful you are. Good job. Step forward. And we're going to put our other leg back. Bend your front leg. And put our antlers on. Are they small or are they big? Show me how powerful you are. All right, we're moving on to winter activities. First one is sledding. We're going to sit up. This is called staff pose. But we're sitting up nice and tall. My legs are nice and straight. My toes are up to the ceiling. My back is nice and straight. My head is in a nice straight line with my body. And I can put my hands by my side, and maybe I even push my hands a little bit so that I can sit up even taller. All right, now, ready? Let's go sledding. Ready? Let's sled down that hill. Whoa, whoa. Maybe I have to hold on to my mat because it's such a wild ride down that hill. Did anybody crash? All right, next one is snowstorm. So we're just gonna sit up nice and tall in easy pose. And we're gonna put our hands out. So you can either keep your eyes open or you can close your eyes and imagine that it's snowing and you feel the snowflakes on your hands. Maybe you catch them. Did you catch a snowflake? Did you catch one? Maybe you stick your tongue out. Try to catch a snowflake on your tongue. Did you get one? All right, next is ice fishing. So we're gonna do chair pose. We're gonna stand up nice and tall. I'll turn to the side, stand up nice and tall. We're gonna put our arms out and we're gonna start to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Keep your balance, use your muscles. Now ready? Let's throw our fishing pole, our hook down into the ice. I wonder what they're gonna catch. Right? You're gonna catch anything? All right, next is skiing. So we're in almost the same pose for skiing, right? So stay right where you are in chair pose, but you're gonna hold 2 ski poles. And when you're going down the hill, you go from side to side, right? It goes really fast. You have to be really strong and use your balance. Going side to side. Next is curling. So you might not have ever done this or ever seen this, but this is something they do on the Olympics. So, we're gonna start down on our knees, okay? And we're gonna put one knee up. And we're gonna stretch our other leg back. This is called lunge pose. So this is what they look like when they're curling, except they have a stone in their hand and they have some other tool that they use. I don't really know how to do curling. Lunge pose. All right, you can put your knee down, put that foot back, and then put your other foot up front and step back with the other one. Lunge pose on the other side. not Christmas tree, oh, silly me, snowy tree. So of course we're gonna do tree pose. Stand up nice and tall, bend our leg, put our foot up. You can either keep your hands here, and don't forget, if your balance isn't good, you can always keep your foot down on the floor if that is the way you need to do it. You can have your hands here, or you can stretch up really high like a big snowy tree. Maybe you wiggle your fingers and make some snow falling on your tree. All around you, there's snow falling. Okay, let's do the other side. Foot down on the floor, or foot up. Hands together, or hands up high, and maybe you make it snow on your tree. Snow. Next is a snowflake. We're going to do star pose. Step our legs out wide, put our arms out wide. Star pose. Ready? Let's look up to the sky. Do you see any snow falling? Take a deep breath in and out. Ice skating. Okay, we're going to do warrior 3. We're standing up nice and tall. We're going to start to slowly lift one leg, and maybe you can balance on one foot and keep that leg out, or maybe you need to keep that leg down on the floor, okay? But if you have your balance, you can lean forward. Put your arms back to the side or in the front, whatever helps you balance. Ice skating pose. All right, we're gonna come back and do the other side. So lift that other leg. If you can, keep it off the floor. If you can't, put it down on the floor. Oops. Balance, lean forward, arms back, to the side, or in front. Only a few more. Next is snowboarding. We're gonna be in warrior 2 this time. So we're standing up nice and tall. Step one foot back, bend your front leg. We're gonna put our arms out. And maybe we do a little bit of leaning, like we're going down the mountain on our snowboard. Feel the wind rushing by your face. You see the snow, feel the fresh air. You're having so much fun. All right, step up. Step back with the other foot. Arms out, knee bent, snowboarding. All right, so maybe you're going back and forth a little bit as you go down the mountain. Good job. I think there's only 2 left. Hockey. That's one of my favorite sports to watch. All right, for hockey pose, we're gonna put our feet out wide. We're gonna bend our knees. Okay, this up there, it says horse pose. Sometimes we call this goddess pose. Right now we're doing it as hockey pose. So you can put your hands here. You can put your hands here. You can even have your arms out to the side, or you can be holding a stick and ready for face off. Squeeze those muscles, squeeze those muscles. You're working the muscles in your leg, in your belly. All right, this is the last one. Snow angels. So you get to come down to your mat and lay down. And you guessed it, we're gonna do a snow angel. Remy's coming to join me for snow angels. So I'm gonna do arms out and legs out at the same time. You can't see me because Remy's in the way. But arms and legs out to the side, and then arms and legs back in. Out, in. Out, and in. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. One more. Peace begins with me. Bring your hands together and say namaste.